A little bit of context of the video you're about to see. This is an old script from like a while back. I had recently watched Catwoman Hunted after I saw the trailer during the DC fandom event and was blown away by the possibilities of anime x comic books in a good adaptation. This script was made way back when I used to do this shit for shits and giggles, hoping that if I ever learned how to edit in any capacity, I would turn it into an actual video one day. So, here we are. A doorway into the past and a very cringy script. Enjoy. I didn't want this to be the first video properly produced, edited and released on this channel. I wanted that honour to go towards talking about how amazing the Walking Dead games are, or how animes like Toradora and Tonikawa made me feel something on the inside for the first time in years. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to talk about what is the definitive worst DC production since the old 2002 Birds of Prey TV show. This is a strong statement, I know, but to those of you who have seen the movie, you understand the points I'm going to be making. And for those of you who haven't seen the movie, don't. Go watch the Batman, that shit's cool as fuck, he's literally walking through bullets! Back on track. First of all, let's start with the basics. Over the years, I've come to think of animation as a sort of fine wine. Refine it till it's beautiful, but keep going when it's masterclass and it will only go sour. When I saw the trailer for Catwoman Hunted, I was actually excited. Catwoman, one of my favourite female DC characters of all time, getting to ride around and introduce the DC fans of this generation to a whole new area of unexplored territory of comic book movies. I use that term loosely, of course. Could you imagine a future where DC delves back into animation full throttle and pushes out even more bangers like Batman Beyond, the original and Justice League Unlimited, as well as so many other incredible shows like the legendary Teen Titans and the supreme Batman the Animated Series? While the animation in parts mostly does look good, there are a few gripes I have with it. Why are certain things glossy when they aren't made of any material that would shine the light? Why are the fight scenes a choppy mess in the theatrical cut of Justice League? But most importantly, and this one really hurt me on a spiritual level. What in the vengeance, oh merciful Batman, did they do to the lip flaps? Now, you would think that the same animation studio that has pumped out historic shows like Pokemon and other incredible shows like Komi-san Can't Communicate and even Odd Taxi, seriously? Would have enough experience in the industry to sink some damn lip flaps, you know, get the proper articulation shown on screen. Not even that is done properly. I don't know, I find it really jarring when you can clearly see Catwoman or Batwoman or any of these other random characters saying one thing, but very clearly lip-syncing something completely different.
You have been on quite the global tear lately. You would think jewel thievery had an expiration date. Why the sudden rush?
At the end of the day, animating proper lip flaps is a matter of just knowing how to edit properly, and I could go on a whole tangent about how underpaid and overworked. Characters, the backbone of any good story. The characters. Now, to this day, months after my initial viewing and days after the rewatch hell I did in order to prepare for this video, I still cannot figure out what the fuck they're doing with these big DC names. Kate Kane, Selina Kyle, two senior members of the Bat family, one of them sleeping with the aforementioned Batman himself, so why does a barrel of wet fish have more personality than them? Fam, the shit I took last night after a massive chicken curry had more personality than these two characters. This Batwoman bitch, or whoever this person's supposed to be, because it's sure as shit in the badass you've seen in other DC animated movies and productions. And no, I'm not talking about that shitty problem-ridden show Batwoman. That is a video for its own damned occasion. It's just a complete blank canvas, ready for the innocent little girls up there to project themselves onto. I won't even get started on the actress choice. Look, I have nothing against Stephanie Beatrice, my dad watches your show all the time, but Jesus Christ are you a bad voice actor when it comes to this. Like, Boruto level bad. And there's this scene, if you watch the movie you know what I'm talking about, where the script just says, fuck it, lesbian. How is Catwoman finna seduce Batwoman with a few kind words and one offer of sex? Then again, who wouldn't be seduced by Catwoman with a few kind words and one offer of sex? Getting back onto the characters, they make big-time Batman villains look like joke men! The Black Mask, arguably Gotham's biggest crime lord, next to the Joker of course, joke man! Cheetah, but isn't she a Wonder Woman villain? Shut your bitch ass up! Joke man! Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, they made a joke man! Don't even get me started on Barbara Minerva. Half the movie I was just trying to figure out where her bootleg tan no booty having ass was from with that wham noise of hers. Her voice made me want to grind my ears into dust.
I don't see myself as any kind of boss.
Leviathan is more of a cooperative organization. We help each other.
You could genuinely use her voice alone to turn men gay. I'm convinced of it. Alright, enough of the characters. Let's get on to the meat. Man, I don't even know where to begin. So we start off with Black Mask arriving at Bootleg Bitch's party and gives us some bullshit green gem that'd get him invited to some super secret club where they'd stay up late and play Truth or Dare all night. Sometimes even go bed past 10. But then Catwoman shows up and goes, I'm finna fold all your asses and take that emerald being protected by some security in that stupid ass MacGuffin vault. After stealing the emerald, she gets surprised by a batarang. So you're banging the big guy and you're still scared of his toys? I just realized there's an innuendo that can be made there. I'm not gonna say it though. She dips, then some blocky CGI garbage car chase begins, and she loses all the cars until some mysterious biker begins pursuing her. She crashes, only for the biker not to be Bayman, but his bootleg bitch, Shitwoman. She passes it out, then gets kidnapped by Bootleg Woman, and she tells her that if she doesn't help Interpol and her take down some stupid random organization called Leviathan, then she'll go to jail for 20 years to life. However, if she does help, she'll get all her warranties in every country wiped. Because apparently she has the power to do that. So, Kate, my friend, rather than call any other Bat family member, Dick, Barbara, Tim, Jason would jump at an opportunity like this. Spoiler, Batwing, anyone else. You decide to go to Batman's girlfriend instead. Damn! They then talk about how Leviathan is some super secret global elite organization that secretly controls everything in the world in secret. Yep, they track one piece of jewelry and find all of the Leviathan members in one building. Intellect. But as Selena is about to get into the building, she's attacked by Cheshire, who is a League of Assassins operative, and proceeds to somehow keep up with her. But this isn't even the most absurd display of the strength she performs in this movie, so that can wait.
Hey guys, do you hear that banging and talking and screaming and fighting on the roof upstairs? It's probably just the wind, Jerry. Don't worry. But I can see them. I can see them in the skylight. In fact, I would argue that anyone with eyes can. Jerry, have you taken your meds today? What?
How strong are her wings, brother? So they land, and they're surrounded. Oh no. Because they managed to evade these bullets somehow. Because Star Wars aim. So they begin fighting the leaders of Leviathan in some of the best fighting choreography I've ever seen. And the leaders summon these demons. Because, and this guy turned into a Megazord. And they all begin powering up. You know what I just realized what would have been useful for this operation? I don't know, maybe some fucking superpowers? That is a denizen of hell, my friend. So Selena fight these swordmen and swordswomen, and then she proceeds to beat them. Already astounding, considering the fact that she is mostly self-taught, and these guys are probably very well trained, considering they're supposed to be protecting the super secret super group Leviathan. But then this guy walks up. This guy, Mr. Yakuza. And he says, and I quote, trained in the art of the katana by sensei who studied with the great Lady Shiva. You know Lady Shiva, the best martial artist in DC Comics history. The person who Batman has admitted multiple times he cannot beat. The person who birthed Cassandra Cain. Who is a better martial artist than Batman? Yeah, her. To put it into perspective, Lady Shiva trained Batman in some capacity, so him saying he trained under a student of Lady Shiva implies that he trained under a Batman level opponent, so he's maybe a Nightwing level swordsmith via statements alone. Only for Selena to counter the statement, however, by saying that she was trained by Shiva herself. Jesus Christ. It feels like someone took Catwoman, like a massive Catwoman fan, and gave them a budget for a movie and said, alright, your fantasy can be living, like, you know, it can be made a reality, so just do what you want. And they were like, I want Batwoman, I want Catwoman, I want her to be played by Lady Shiva, I want all of this stuff, because she is amazing. Because for like the last 2 days, I have scoured the wikis, Quora, Twitter, every source I can find that's confirmable, and if I missed one, my bad, but I could not find a singular confirmable source saying that Selena has trained with the Lady Shiva, or anyone near her level. In any universe, almost every single source has said that she is self-trained in most Elseworlds comics and mainstream. At most, she gets Batman levels of training via dating and being married to the Dark Knight himself. Now, a refute to my findings could just be, oh, it's a different timeline, so clearly in this one she got trained by Shiva and not in any others. That would explain how she proceeded to one-shot this guy, managed to hold her own and beat Solomon Grundy, but lose to Cheetah. Oh, but she beat her in the end. No, nigga, lightning beat her. The weather beat her. Shazam popped by and dipped once he realized he was in the wrong movie. This movie feels like a mixture of 3 different types of movies that DC was trying to make at the time. A crazy heist movie, kind of like James Bond, with jazz music blaring in the background. A superhero animated movie of good fight scenes and great animation, despite the fact that they had access to 4 high-level DC characters, and a witty, cartoony, wisecracking beat-em-up, sort of like Spectacular Spider-Man, but infinitely worse. Now, imagine all 3 of these concepts, give them to an 11-year-old, and then have that 11-year-old mash them into a 120-minute time frame without any of the breathing room needed to explore any of these subjects properly. Like, I feel like this movie could have worked, and would have worked so much better, if you turned into a TV show. That way you can minimize the budgetary expenses on animation and voice acting, maximize quality and subject matter, and actually explore the characters rather than using a few throwaway lines to describe character motivations and desperately set up a sequel, which is never gonna happen. This movie is what you would call fun bad. Not bad outright. I mean, it definitely is pretty fucking bad, but it's fun bad. It's something that you can put on in the background while you're, I don't know, playing the Valorant TikTok, whatever kids play these days, and you'll be able to understand it if you just turn your brain off. What's DC coming to? Whoa, I've just realized this script is about 7 pages long. I gotta go to bed. Oh yeah, outro. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.